This is not just happening in the US, it's not just happening in the Netherlands, it's not just happening here. Democracies are on the slide all around the world. We don't completely understand what's driving it. I've tried to give you a little bit of a feel for some of the forces, but what we know is there's fewer and fewer. And eventually you end up in an autocracy, a partial, a fragile democracy. Not the same as what we sometimes think about. It's not necessarily going to be a violent coup. What was supposed to happen in the United States was simply that Mike Pence was going to, do some shenanigans, and suddenly, Donald Trump just wasn't going to leave the White House, and it was going to be, if anything, a bloodless coup. Voting probably would continue. Typically in these sort of half-fragile quasi-democracies, you still vote. So if what you're thinking is, oh, well, it must still be a democracy because I'm voting, it doesn't work that way. I reckon these are the two things we're still missing for our little soup of how we actually slide into severe polarization or hyperpolarization. Right now, we don't have a strongman leader. I don't think Dutton's it. I hope I'm right, but I don't think he's it. I think Abbott had a crack at it. I think Clive Palmer had a crack at it. So far, nobody's tickled our fancy like the Orange Jesus. But we could get him any day now, and usually it is a him, because when people are feeling like things are really chaotic and uncertain, many people have the impulse to want it to just be simpler. They want some kind of daddy figure to come in and make it all better. That authoritarians are drawn to religion, not the other way around. And the problems with religion is when they're authoritarian. So I want us to really kind of keep that in mind. When we're concerned about religion, it's its authoritarian tendencies, the desire to impose will over us, not individual faith and its beautiful offerings to anyone who wants to partake in it, and to which they are fully entitled as free and autonomous human beings. It is the authoritarian component of individuals and religion.